Hey ladies, so I am back for part 3 of the Thanksgiving collab that I am part of, and today I'm going to talk about our travel plans and how I'm going to go about with the packing, and I also have a DIY for you as well. It's for your kids or even yourself if you need this item, so you'll stay tuned for that. What I do whenever we are traveling on a trip is the first thing I do is I take a look and figure out the dates that we are going. Then I check the weather so I can figure out what I need to pack. And then I like to print off these little packing lists here. And I print one off for each of the member of the family. So myself, my husband, and my 2 girls. And I will put a link down below to where I found this really cute packing list. But what I like about it is that there is a spot for each day to write in, and then I always print off the extra sheet just in case we do go an extra day or there's other things I want to add, like a backup clothes, especially for the girls. I need to always have extra clothes just in case of an emergency and whatnot. So I really like this because it has the dates and then it has all the other little necessities, and there's spaces for extra things as well, and it just looks really cute. And I refer to this when I am packing their bags. Then what I like to do is I like to make a list of those things that you can't put in your suitcase until the day you are leaving, the last minute items, because we all know there's things that you have to use up until the time you have to go, and you really don't want to forget those items. So I have kind of like an out the door last minute kind of items. I also like to prep my car because it is a road trip and we need to make sure the car has the oil changed, filled up with gas, clean out anything that you really don't need to bring. There's nothing like getting all the way to your destination and was like, man, why didn't I take this out of the car? It's a pain in the butt. It's in my way. I don't need it. So I like that I go ahead and I go through my car and get out what I don't need, because my kids have so many toys and things that they don't need in the car for our road trip that I'd rather replace it with things that they don't know about to kind of excite them throughout the car trip. So that's one of my tips. I also recommend that you maybe if you have a DVD player, have your idea of what DVDs you want to bring for the kids or yourself to watch to help entertain them. And my number one thing is for this trip is to make sure I have enough entertainment items for my children. My girls are 2 and 4, and they're pretty good in the car. They love to watch their movies, but they pretty much can contain themselves and play with things. So I kind of wanted to pack a bag of things to entertain them. So that is my next tip for you if you're traveling, is to have a bag designated to go ahead and start putting in items to, this is like their travel entertainment bag. So a lot of these things they've never played with. I would probably say all of it they really never played with, because I kind of kept it a secret from them. Now there's things they've seen they got for their birthday, and as soon as they got them, I put them away because I knew we were going on this trip and I knew they would be perfect to excite them and entertain them in the car. So the first item is they got these little books that come with a playmat and all the little pieces. Now, the playmat is too large for them to play in the car, but it is good for when we arrive to the destination. But they can play with the pieces and read along with the story and kind of act it out. So we have a My Little Pony and we have a Frozen. We have the magnetic Rapunzel that I showed you in my last video. We have this mermaid sticker book. They're reusable, and it has like a little play space for them to stick them on. We have these dry erase wipeable books, and I have a dry erase marker in here. These are just kind of fun for Annabella. This one's shapes and this one is like a variety of things. We have this game that I was talking about before with the felt squares, and I did pick up some different crazy straws. Play packs. This is for Annabella. Zoe's really not old enough for it yet, but it is a puzzle that I got from the Target dollar spot a while ago. And it's to match up the big letter with the little letter, and then on the back of it there's actually numbers where they can match up the number with the amount of items. So it's just a little easy puzzle. I could give her a few ones to play with. They each have one of these magic velvet marker books, and this Annabella got for her birthday. It is a Rapunzel magic pen painting book. So the marker only writes on these pages, kind of like the Color Wonder, but it magically like goes to whatever color it's supposed to be. So it's kind of cute. So we have that, and then I'm going to have a couple coloring books I'm going to add in here because they're coloring books they haven't seen or used. And then I also have a couple printables that I'm going to be printing off for them to take as well. There's some printable coloring sheets, some printable games that they like. And I'm using this little, I believe it's a 31 bag, but it has some outside pockets that I will probably fill with like other things. And then I'm also bringing along their magnetic tray that I made, and I have instructions on how to make your own tray like this in this video. So if you want to watch that, stay tuned. And that is my travel tips for you, and in the next video I will show you how these things all went together. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Hey everyone, so if you remember in my last video I was talking about this tray that I was going to do something with for the car as an activity, like a lap tray for the girls in the car. Well, a lot of the pins I saw on Pinterest, they were actually drilling holes in the side of this cheap aluminum pan. And my concern with that was, one, I don't have a drill, and two, I figured that around the area where it was drilled, it kind of might be like sharp, that I might have to worry about it. So I was trying to think of a different solution for that. So this is what I came up with. And what I did was, I'm going to move the tray out of the way. And what I did was I made a little pillow, not thick at all, just a little light pillow. And I stitched some Velcro straps inside as I was doing the stitching. And then I hot glued some magnet strips on to the pillow. So now what I can do is the pillow can attach to my daughter's armrest to her car seat, and then all I have to do is snap the tray in place and it's good to go. The other benefit of this being the way it is that you can have the tray off, and since there's only just 4 little magnet strips on it, you could actually let the child use this the other side as an actual like little pillow that they can rest their head on the side. So I'm going to show you how to make this. Here are the supplies you will need to make this. A cookie tray, some fabric, scissors, magnets, Velcro, and pins. You will also need a glue stick, or a glue gun, and you will also need either a needle and thread or a sewing machine, which is what I prefer. So to get started, you will take your fabric, and I just found this fabric. I've had it in my fabric stash for a while. It's just some soft printed flannel fabric, and what I decided to do was I took the fabric and I laid it out, and I took my pan and placed it over, and all I did was just kind of go a little bit wider, maybe about an inch wider than the pan all the way around. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take and put right sides together.
Right sides together.
And before you place the other piece on top, you are going to take your Velcro, and I've already cut mine into the lengths that I want. This will vary between your child's car seats to decide how long you need it to get to where it needs to wrap around to stay in place. So I have the Velcro already cut, and what I'm going to do is actually take and pin this.
That really hurts. On my foot when my.
You're going to pin it on each side.
Pepper.
Annabella. So you're going to pin it like this on each side. So I just put mine in the middle. Again, this may vary between how your child's car seat is. If maybe like the handles are too far back, that you may need to put your Velcro straps here. But I just kind of went with the safe in the middle. And they're long enough that they will stretch over to where they need to go. So there's that. And then what you're going to do is then take the top piece and you're going to place it over. And here's your preference. If you want to pin all the way around and leave yourself a opening, you can, or you can just kind of freehand it. So what I'm going to go ahead and make some pins to hold these pieces in place. And then I'm going to take it to my sewing machine and I am going to stitch around all the sides, but leaving like a 3-inch opening wherever your choice is. This doesn't have to be perfect, but you just need to leave a 3-inch opening so you can add your stuffing in. So I am going to do that and I will be right back. Okay, so now that I have stitched around the sides and left an opening, I flipped it around and I took all my pins out from my Velcro. And as you can see, we have 2 straps. Like I said, it does not have to be perfect. The kids won't know, is what I'm trying to say. So now what you're going to do is make sure you have all the corners poked all the way through. Like see here, this one needs to be poked through some more. There we go. And what you're going to do is you're going to take some batting, and I forgot to mention that in the supply list that I was saying, but I actually ran out of batting when I went to go and start this, and I remembered I had a bunch of pillows that I was about to either do something with, and I just remembered I'm just going to take the stuffing out of them. So I took an old pillow and opened it up, and now I have some extra stuffing. So I'm going to probably speed this part up and show you what it looks like once I have added the stuffing. I would recommend not doing it too much because this is kind of just to act as a cushion on your child's lap for the tray, so they just don't have a metal tray sitting in their lap. But so you don't want it like too full is what I'm trying to say. So you just want a soft, light batting filling. So I'm just going to go ahead and start stuffing it, and I will be right back. Okay, so now I have put in all the stuffing. As you can see, it's not thick. It's just a light stuffing, so it adds some cushion so the tray is just not sitting on their lap. And now here's where you can, it's your choice if you want to take this and back to your sewing machine or needle and thread and stitch this shut. I am actually, what I did with the other one is I'm just going to fold in here and hot glue it closed. Like I said, this is not a fancy project. This is a quick and easy little project at home. If you didn't have a sewing machine, you could probably even hot glue instead of doing all the other stitching, but for more strength, I would say probably stitching on the Velcro straps is probably best. So I'm going to take my hot glue gun and close this up, and then I will show you how to put on the magnets. Okay, so now that that is sealed shut, I am going to lay out, getting rid of any strings that I may have accidentally forgotten. So the magnets that I got these are actually from Walmart. I've had them for a while. So they're like, they've been in my craft section stuff for a while. So they're kind of like dirty, whatever. It doesn't really matter because you're not going to see them. But I just took, and these are actually the peel and stick ones, and they won't stick. So don't think that they're just going to stick to your fabric and that be it. So I had to hot glue them. But what I did was I found a placement of how I wanted to do them, so then I could assure that the tray was somehow going to be stuck on in some way. So what I did was I just made like a little box with some spacing in between just to kind of spread it out, and then I hot glued these down, and we will go from there. So peel off the back, take your hot glue, and just do a good generous amount, and then glue it down. Make sure you apply some pressure so that way that the hot glue forms with the fibers of the fabric. And just keep doing it for the rest of the magnets. Alright, so now my magnets are all attached, and I'm going to take off the paper off of the pan, and as you will see, you'll hear that, and it's snapped on. Now this is not industrial strength magnets, so don't think that you can just like carry everything on here, because it will come off, but it has enough stability for them for it to stay in place as they are riding in their lap. But like I did try to pick this up and shake it, and it doesn't come off as much, but if you were giving it force, it's going to slide off. So don't think that it's going to hold everything. But I guess maybe if you bought industrial strength magnets, or like heavy duty magnets, they may be able to hold on. So that is my simple DIY lap desk for the car, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. I would love to see if you make this. Please let me know. Tag me on Instagram in a picture. I am at Jessica S _ AS3RD23. So thanks guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.